the Picture That Studios of Arizona. UFC 292 Sterling versus O'Malley Fight Week. Dana White prospect, Big Train, Tom Nolan live with the MMA-Holes. Let's go. Welcome, chat. How are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Hopefully you are. Wonderful. My name is Chris Mystic Moss, King of the Dragons, and I'll be your host for the evening as we have a delightful show prepared for you tonight. It is UFC 292 Fight Week. Aljamain Sterling will be fighting Sean O'Malley this weekend. We're going to be giving away the Sean O'Malley signed card to a lucky winner on Saturday night, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. You got the notification bell rung. Everyone in the chat, hit the like button because it's going to be a great night for you tonight. You're going to enjoy the show very much, I promise you. Seal of approval from the MMA-Holes. Before we get underway, let's give a shout out to mybookie.ag. The promo code is MMA-HOLES for a 50% match on your first deposit. Go to mybookie.ag, use our code, and get a 50% match. Millions, we have a link in the description for Millions. And by the way, the gentleman that we have on tonight is with Millions as well. So if you guys want to support my man, we got a link in the description down below. Go buy some merch, okay? Support the fighters. Also, I have something to play before we get into the interview tonight. As before we went live, someone made a deal. I made a deal with the devil. So here we go. Let's play this really quick. And ladies and gentlemen, very excited.
That's
not that. Well, hold on a second.
A sold-out crowd.
That's someone else's alert.
Blow the roof off this place and look over.
Jay
see my son.
Blofeld, thank you for the donation.
Wow, Dad, that's you. And see the look on his face. Wow, Dad. Wow, Dad.
You make me feel so proud, Daddy Cowboy. You make me feel so proud, Daddy Cowboy.
Don't cry, Daddy Cowboy.
Don't cry. You're making me feel so proud,
And see the look on his
Daddy
face.
Cowboy.
Wow, Dad.
Thank you, Jay Blofeld, for the 650. What do you got here?
Wow, Dad! ! Might as well start the stream off right. Not sure what the topics are yet, but I'm super excited for this weekend. More excited for this fight that I have been in a long time. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna be close at all. All your wins.
Thank you, Jay Blofeld, for the 650 donation. Appreciate you. Very excited about this card as well. I don't know. It's weird, man. This card's got me really juiced up, and we'll get to that in a second. Appreciate that donation. So what I was going to play, well, you cut me off, you bastard, but thank you so much, Jay Blofeld. We got this as well. We got mega time here. D-Rest dropping $100. It's a dance party, baby. A glorious dance party. Thank you to D-Rest and the $100 bomb to start the show. Clap chat. It's a party on a Wednesday night. Let's go. Woo! What's
Let's
D-Rest?
go and all that 21st century speak.
Thank you, D-Rest. Not sure what that means, but I am a man of my word, and I will play your song after our wonderful interview. Now, ladies and gentlemen, enough with the silliness. Hey, thank you guys. Seriously, really appreciate the support. You guys are keeping the show alive, and it is wonderful. But tonight we have a special guest. Did you see the Contender series? Not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, to open up the season. It was a card with a bunch of decisions, but one man really stood out. This guy over here got a contract. He is now in the UFC. He's 6-0, a 6'3" lightweight from Australia. Live on the MMA-Holes, a big round of applause for Big Train, Tom Nolan. Let's go, champs.
Hello.
Tom, what? Sorry for the delay, but welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
And I appreciate you stopping by. So right off the bat, I mean, the big thing is your height at lightweight. It's a phenomenal thing over here. I know you probably asked this a gazillion times. I saw what you speaking to the media and saying that you don't really have a problem hitting lightweight. So is that really true? Hitting lightweight, no issues?
Absolutely true, man. To be honest, I could make featherweight if I really wanted to, but I don't think it would be good for my health. I've made featherweight a bunch of times in my amateur career. I think 6, maybe 7 times. I feel a lot healthier at lightweight though, but yeah, I barely get over 80 kilos.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, dude, I mean, I'm telling you, you woke us up on the Contender series. We were like, I don't know what this night's going to look like. You get in there and lit the world on fire. You hop on the cage. You're like, where the fuck's the boss? Like, after that finish over there, you're like, where is he? Where is he, right?
Yeah. When I went there for the media, I climbed up on that cage and got a photo, and I said, I'm going to be back up on top of this cage soon. And, that's exactly what I did.
Something very interesting about the Contender series is you see guys like yourself. You had 5 professional fights, and here you are on the big stage. It's a big opportunity, massive opportunity. Sometimes people fall flat, and then people like you get in there and just seize the moment. What were the nerves like walking to that cage in that little apex? Like, what was going through your mind?
That is the least nervous I've ever been for a fight, funny enough. The preparation was just unreal, man. Like, my camp, we broke this guy down. We had it all lined up to, I knew I was going to knock him out in the first round for sure. I was certain of it. So out the back, it was just all laughs, having fun, having a good time. And then, went out there and got the job done.
Wow, look at that. And you said there was a little bit of trash talking on the lead up to this thing too, right?
Yeah. He was sending me some videos of his back muscles and flexing and stuff. It was a bit strange, but, after the fight, he apologized for it all. He told me he was just trying to hype the fight up a little bit, I guess. So, it is what it is. I got my revenge, so I'm over it now. I'm not going to hold a grudge. I got to knock him out, so that was my payback. And now it's whoever's next. That's my next target.
Perhaps he was flirting with you instead of talking trash. Did you ever think that?
Yeah, well, it actually showed me a big sign of insecurity. Like, it showed me, like, this guy thinks he has to get in my head to beat me, which shows me that he's threatened by me. He's threatened by my skill set because, I don't look at my opponents when I fight them. I do my research, but I don't go on their Instagram. I'm not worried about what they're doing. All I'm worried about is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I bet. And dude, you went in there, you took care of business. I was watching the highlight again. We threw it up on Twitter, and it was something else, man. You wasted no time getting this job done. And when you hopped on the cage, what did you say to the boss?
I can't remember everything I said. I remember saying I'm another Aussie talent coming through. And I also had to clarify that follow-up shot was because he was talking shit. I had to let the boss know, like, this guy's been trashing me, so that's why I broke his face.
Dude, I got to say this. So the Australian talent's been very impressive lately. And, to see you guys coming in here and doing big things. In our audience, we have a lot of Australians in our chat that are just like the coolest people in the world. So I'm always rooting for you guys, seeing you guys coming in there and doing big things. But did you ever think that you would have only 5 professional fights and here you are in the UFC? When you started this game, you were like, hey, I'm going to get in there quick?
Yeah, I thought I was prepared to do the long haul, but I thought for sure, I've changed a lot of things mentally in my life to prepare myself for this. Like now, when I go out to fight, I am really looking to hurt these people. And it's not, I wouldn't say that's in my nature. Like, I'm not a super aggressive person outside of the cage, but yeah, I changed a few things mentally, and now I'm really looking to hurt these people. So I think I was expecting to get the call up soon, just by the way I've been putting people to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, geez, you're on a 4-fight, you're on a 5-fight, 6-fight unbeaten streak over here, but the last 4 were finishes, correct?
Yeah.
So when did it click? Because I noticed the first 2, I mean, you're dominating. You have 2 unanimous decisions, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're starting smoking people. Like, when did the switch flip where you're like, I could finish these guys?
I had a few things happen in my personal life, which made me, I realized, all right, I've got to knuckle down and really get my goals going. A few bad things happened to me outside of the cage, which actually are fortunate enough they helped me a lot, because now when I'm training, when I'm fighting, I've got no nerves at all. Nothing really worries me anymore.
So, do you care to elaborate on the bad things that happened? Like, I'm actually curious. Like, what would have made this go down?
I suppose a few things happened when I was younger, which like I don't really need to talk about. But
Sure.
In recent time, I had an ex-partner commit fraud on me and sort of destroy my life for a temporary amount of time. You know, I wasn't sure if I had been framed. I wasn't sure if, you know, I lost my house out of it. I wasn't sure if I was going to get in trouble because, you know, I didn't know what was happening. And it was a pretty rough time for me, but it was good because I learned some lessons from it. You know, I learned that as a young man. I was 21. So, yeah, it really helped me get my head straight and realize, okay, like nothing in this life is promised. So I've got to really go out there and take everything myself. You know, I've got to hurt these people standing across from me because I'm not going to let anyone else take anything from me again.
Well, that will do it. You're still only 23 years old, and at 21 to go through that. So it was a friend that just basically backstabbed you. You're saying?
An ex-partner, ex-girlfriend.
Oh, ex-girlfriend. Oh, these fucking women. Yeah. What are you going to do with these women, man?
Yeah, pretty full on. You know, we bought a house together, and yeah, but I don't want to put too much light to that. You know, I don't want to give her any of the credit that, you know, she might think she deserves. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough. Yeah, fuck her. All right. So have you picked up are you dating now, or are you with another person now, or is this like, are you solo now?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. Yeah, Haley, my girlfriend. We live together now. We moved to Brisbane together to pursue this full time. She's supporting me to do this, so yeah, it's good. That's
fantastic. A lot of the fighters we talk to, I notice if they have a strong woman by their side, it helps, right? Like the ups and downs, it helps to have someone to pick you up, right?
Yeah, definitely.
100%. Sure. So what does your family think about you getting into this sport? It's a vicious sport, you know. Like, what do they think about you know, engaging in combat inside a cage?
My family are super supportive, man. You know, we come from a sporting family. I was playing rugby league. My brother played rugby league at a high level. So they love it. My mum doesn't absolutely love it, but she definitely supports me. But I've been doing this since I was 14. I've been obsessed the whole time. You know, I wanted to drop out of school just to train. So really everyone around me has known, like, this is, regardless of whether they like it or not, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. So everyone's been really supportive in my family.
It's really weird to see, like, someone like you at 23 years old, limited experience, bang, you have such an impressive performance. And there's that thing called the it factor. And it's there. It's really strange. Your confidence on the mic, your confidence in the cage. It is wild. Do you feel that you turn into this fighter persona? Or is this you, what we see in the cage and outside of the cage?
Yeah, I think that's what makes people attracted to me, because I am authentic. I truly mean everything I say. You know, I'm not putting on an act or a persona. I've had to learn the hard lessons in life to make myself who I am. But I think I'm very relatable, and I think that I've shown that with hard work you can achieve anything you want. You know, I was not a talented kid when I walked into the gym originally. I was told by many people this is not the sport for me. And at the start it definitely wasn't. I was a soft kid, and life taught me lessons, and now I know what I want, and I'm relentlessly coming after it. You know, like, I truly believe I was put here to do this. I don't really care about anything else in this life other than this. I want to be a UFC world champion.
There you go. And yeah, I'm looking at your AMI record too. It's super impressive, man. Like, you only have one blemish on there that really stands out, and everything else has been finishes and just like dominance. So when you decided to go pro, you felt that was the exact right time? You feel like you're hitting your stride at all the right time? You're hitting all the marks?
It was kind of a funny time. It was during coronavirus. So, I mean, it worked out well, but if I could have had it my way, I would have been more active. I just couldn't get matchups. It was just, Australia was pretty locked down for a while there. So there is a big gap between my first 3 fights, but I was also getting better in that time. So, you know, I'm only young. I'm only 23, so it's not a stress. But yeah, I think I picked a good time. You know, on my amateur career, I've got 2 fights that aren't on Tapology. They were just smoker fights, but 10 fights as an amateur. So I thought it was time to go pro. You know, I was 20 years old and main evented for my first fight, which was cool. And yeah, everything's gone to plan since.
Yeah, it looks like, so there was a canceled bout in 2018, and then in 2019 you stayed AMI one more time. So did you feel you needed one more to put in the books before you decided to go pro? Is that what it was?
That's a mistake. That's Mitch Bayless. If you have a look at the name, that's actually my last amateur fight.
Gotcha.
So he pulled out. We were booked, and he pulled out, and then we got rebooked. But for some reason, they've put it as pro, but it wasn't. It was an amateur fight.
It's so crazy. I was trying to like do a little research and find some interviews with you. There's really not much there out there. It's kind of, you don't do much interviews, do you?
Nah, not until recently. Not until about this year. I hadn't really done any until this year. I've done like a few here and there as an amateur, but I wanted to save it for the right time. You know, I wanted to be in the position I'm in now before I started letting everyone know what I'm about, because I think it comes across as a bit corny if I'm not out here starching people the way I am. And for me to say these words and I was only say 1-0 as a pro, kind of, I don't know, it doesn't seem as real. But now it's like, well, now I am 6-0 and I've been putting people away and I'm in the UFC. So now people can actually relate to what I'm saying.
It's funny, you mentioned like trash talk is not really your thing, but if you have to, you'll do it, right? And when they asked you, the media asked you after the fight about, you know, a dream matchup or whatever, Conor McGregor, of course, came up. And is that someone that you looked up to on the rise up when he was going through his crazy run to a champion?
Yeah, man, 100%. I still, before every fight, watch all of his old stuff. It's hard to be a fan of him now, like with everything going on with him, but when he was in his prime, man, nothing was like that. And I still look up to that version of Conor McGregor, definitely. And yeah, I got asked a weird curveball question about that at the press conference. That was a bit strange. So like, I'm not against trash talk. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not sitting here like whinging saying, oh, people shouldn't talk mean to each other. I don't care. It just, for me personally, I'm not going to go out of my way to send my opponents a message being like, oh, hey man, I don't like you or whatever, or talk shit. Like, that's just not my style. Because like I said, I really mean it when I say, if you stand across from me, I'm really looking to hurt you. Like, whatever happens to you in there, that's not my responsibility. And yeah, I'm really looking to hurt some people. So I don't really need to say much. I just go out there and do it. But if people want to talk, I'm quite witty. I don't mind it.
There you go. You know, you kind of remind me a little bit of, too, I'm not sure if this is a comparison, but people say Dan Hooker. Like, I hear you. I mean, you got the accent, of course, but there's something about you. You're a long, tall guy that looks like always looking for the kill. Is that someone that you've idolized on the way up?
I've definitely watched a lot of his fights, and yeah, he's awesome. He's a killer. I wouldn't say idolize as much. I've got quite a small circle of people that I really look up to in the sport, but he's definitely awesome. He's really good. Yeah.
And when you bring up the Conor McGregor thing, when we talk about the Conor McGregor rise to the top, I got to say, it was one of the most inspirational things I've ever seen in my life. The way he spoke it into the mic, and then boom, everything happened that he said he was going to do, become a double champ and all that fun stuff. And it was a really fascinating time in the UFC. When you were a kid, were you a big like UFC fan back in the day when you were a young one?
Yeah, so I started training 14 years old, so around when McGregor's run really started coming together. And he played a huge part in my confidence, to be honest, because like I said, man, I was not a talented kid when I walked into the gym at first. It took me a long time before I even got my first submission in the gym. I just was a shy kid. I didn't even really want to be there when I first started. You know, I was very, very insecure, shy kid, didn't want to be around people. And yeah, he played a huge role in belief in myself, because, you know, he talks about, you know, he was just a plumber who just decided he wanted to do this. And I was like, oh, okay, so people can just decide to do this. And that's the message I sort of want to start spreading when I'm getting, you know, more people with eyes on me looking at and listening to what I'm saying. I want to be able to spread that anyone can do this, because I was just an average, like, I was definitely not an athletic kid growing up, and now I'm here. So yeah, that's the message I want to spread.
It is what makes this sport beautiful. Like I feel like I love team sports, of course, but when I started watching the UFC, like we kind of like get to know you guys as a person and what's at stakes. You know, you guys have these long camps, then you get trapped in a cage, and it's this whole thing, the win, the loss. It's kind of crazy to watch your ups and downs. So it's very impressive to see you guys make that walk up in there. And I find it fascinating that you said that the nerves weren't really there. Did that worry you?
Yeah, actually, it did a little bit. At the weigh-ins, I was thinking to myself, I'm not worried at all. What's going on here? But I think it's just natural, man. I think, you know, that's my fourth fight in 12 months now. Like, I'm just comfortable there, and I do truly believe that I'm going to be the champion. I'm going to wipe out everyone they put in front of me. You know, I honestly 100% wholeheartedly believe that. I believe whoever they put in front of me next is getting knocked out violently, and the next and the next and the next until I'm in that top 15. And I'm just going to keep wiping them all out.
And the annoying thought from a lot of us crazy Americans over here is like, is he going to fight in Australia? I mean, that's right around the corner. I know they asked you at the media thing, but with time talking to your team and everything like that, is it even an option or no?
Nah, we're not going to go on the Sydney card. I want to do things properly, like I've worked hard to get this contract. I don't need to jump on anything super short notice. I just fought the biggest fight of my life, and 14 weeks in camp, it's a big process to get here. And now I want to upgrade some skills and then get back into camp properly. I got a couple little injuries from that fight, believe it or not, even though I didn't get touched, just from the impact of me touching him. So yeah, I'm 23. I've got a full contract. I don't need to jump in there on short notice. I want to go November or December, back overseas, and get a full camp in so I can, peak myself and then put someone to sleep.
There you go. And what is your path? I mean, it's smart that you want to have a full camp. A lot of guys are like, hey, I got the contract, I want to please the boss. But at the end of the day, it's about your longevity, right? And you're only 23 years old. You don't want to screw it up. So I see like people in the chat are saying like Paddy Pimblett, would you want to beat him up and stuff like that? Are there guys that you're gunning for right now lower, like maybe before the rankings, or lower ranked fighters that you're like, you know what, I really want to fight those guys?
I want to fight Chase Hooper. I really want to fight that guy just because he's a young guy, similar age to me. He's well known in the UFC, and I think it'd be a good fight. It's going to be cool, me and him fighting. Nothing personal against him. I just think it'd be a good fight. And eventually, once I get into the rankings, I reckon me and Jalen Turner for the best 6'3" lightweight. Me and him should fight for that.
Dude, that'd be a banger.
Yeah. And then other than that, no one really specific. I don't mind. Like I said, whoever they put in front of me, I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna study them with my team, break them down, and then I'm gonna put them to sleep.
Yeah, Chase is a great guy. We've had him on the show. He's a really nice kid. Another young guy too, and he's been in some crazy fights. He just got booked against Jordan Levitt. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did. I was hoping that maybe I could get that fight, but I saw today he's already booked. So I guess me and him maybe can throw down later on, maybe next year or something.
There you go. What do you think about Jordan? He's another buddy of our show, Jordan Levitt.
Yeah, I've seen his videos of him getting famous, working and all that, whatever he was doing. But I haven't actually seen many of his fights, so I can't really comment too much.
There you go. So do you watch? I mean, are you like plugged in every weekend to watch these UFC fights, or you skip a couple events, you watch the big ones? Like, what do you watch?
I'm very specific with what fights I watch. I study every morning with one of my coaches. We study fights every morning, but I think it's important to be only watching good quality stuff. So, I mean, I'll watch the fights if it's a good card or whatever, but I'm not dialed in every single weekend. I'm watching specific people, and I'm trying to upgrade just from watching what they're doing and seeing the traits that people are bringing into the sport.
Have you heard about the new rules that they've been putting in there? Basically, they're trying to move this game along where they don't want people holding each other down, and they're going to be standing people up quickly. There's no more stalling. People aren't going to be rewarded for that stuff anymore. It's going to be more action here. If you're going to get taken down, there's going to have to be more damage or, advancing of positions and all that fun stuff. So what do you think about those rules?
Yeah, this is the first I've heard of that. I think that rule set benefits me being predominantly a striker, but I don't think that is the correct way to approach it. I think if someone can hold you down, you can't get up, tough luck, you need to get up. But it probably benefits me when I'm predominantly a striker, but yeah, that's the first I've heard of that. That's pretty insane, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. It seems like they're just trying to get the beer guzzling fans in the crowd, a little more excited. Bring in the walls for home runs, things like that. It seems like they're trying to do. But I agree with you. I was joking about Jan Blachowicz holding down Alex Pereira, and I was like, yeah, but he could have impregnated him there. Like, he literally could have just held him down and fucked him. Like, it is true, though. I mean, it's not fun to watch, but at the end of the day, if you're getting held down, I mean, there's really nothing you can do. It's part of fighting, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you've got to be able to get back up. If you can't, then go work on your wrestling.
Yeah. So what is your grappling background? You say you're predominantly a striker, but do you have like experience jiu-jitsu, wrestling? Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, so I started off in jiu-jitsu. I've been a brown belt now for over 2 years. And I have a great wrestling coach here, Don Marfan, in Australia. He's also a pro lightweight. Yeah, people don't know. People think, I've seen people commenting like, oh, he needs to work on his wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But the thing is, man, you guys haven't got to see it yet because I've been knocking everyone out. So I'm excited for when that opportunity does arise where I can show it. But it's my ace up my sleeve, because if these dudes think I can't grapple, well, you know, they're going to find out.
There you go. Yeah, dude, you say all the right things. What do you do wrong? Like, what's your biggest, like, what's your biggest flaw?
Probably that I care about this too much, probably.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of outside of martial arts, I think I exclude myself from other people probably too much. And I think that maybe I'm an unsocial sort of person, but I mean, I'm cool with that. I love, this is all, like I said, this is all I care about, but I guess the people around me don't get to see me much, which kind of sucks for them. And it sucks for me too, but man, I'm on a path to greatness. You know what I mean? This is all I care about. So that would probably be my biggest flaw.
So you're not the type of guy that's popping happy dads and keg stands and all that crazy stuff, partying a lot?
Nah, no way.
Okay. No. What if the Nelk boys reached out to you and be like, yo, man, let's party. You're not going to party with those kids?
I'll have a beer here and there. Like, I like having a beer with my brother and my dad after a fight. You know, I have to earn it. But I'm not much of a party animal. You know, maybe once a year I'll enjoy. I'll let my hair down. But even then, the whole time I'll just be sitting there thinking like, oh, what am I doing? But I think it's important to detach from it every now and then, just to remind yourself or remind myself, like, hey, I'm not insane for just living in the gym. You know, like, I don't want to be the guy who's out on the piss every week, saying, oh, a UFC fighter, I used to be this and that. I don't want to be that guy. So it is good to remind myself. It is good to give my friends and family an opportunity to sort of see me as well. But yeah, once a year maybe I'll have a decent night. Other than that, I'm just in the gym.
Man, you are literally a machine, man. You got the perfect mindset to be a big star. I'm telling you, there's certain fighters we have on, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, before this interview, I put a clip of Aljamain Sterling that we interviewed when he was fighting Brett Johns back in the day. That was right after he got knocked out by Marlon Moraes, and then all of a sudden he became a champion. There are certain guys that we interview, like, early, like, there's something special here. I get that vibe with you. It's really strange here. I'm not just trying to kiss your ass, but when I saw you talk to the media, when I saw your performance, I know it's limited information, but it does seem like you have the right mind, you have the right abilities, so there's not much that could get in your way.
Yeah, 100%. I think also, you know, my team have a lot to do with that. You know, I'm surrounded by amazing bunch of people. My coach, Steve Compton, he's an absolute genius of the game. His son, Elliot Compton, who's also one of my coaches. And then again, Dom Marfan, my wrestling coach. And then my team as well around me. Like, people don't know yet. I'm the first one to go through, but we're going to have a lot of people from just our gym alone come through. And then obviously Australia, we have a bunch of people coming through as well. But yeah, the people around me, they've upgraded my game. I feel like I'm getting better every day, and they've upgraded my mental capacity. You know, I do feel unstoppable at the moment.
Is there a guy on the lightweight roster that you're like, I don't want to face that person? Is there like say for instance, Islam? You know, Islam is a problem, right? Like, is he? When you look at guys like that, are you like, I'm good with that? You ever think that?
I would absolutely love to fight him. I'm not scared of anybody. Man, I want to fight everyone.
Yeah, what do you think about fans that say fighters are scared to fight specific fighters? The fans say that a lot. What do you think about that?
I think some fighters are scared to face certain fighters. I think they're right. Some people are. I think there's a handful of people like myself who really are here to fight and to hurt people. And I think other people, they're here for maybe money or for fame or whatever their reasons are. And, you know, kudos to them. They want to pick and choose their way to the top. That's probably smart. But in terms of fear, I have none. I will fight anyone.
And is there, since you're big for the weight class, is there any like long-term plans? Hey, I'm going to get this belt and then I'm going to go for that belt. Are you looking to bounce around weight classes, or are you staying at lightweight?
At the moment, I'm gunning for lightweight. Like, that's my main goal. I don't like to look too far ahead, but obviously when I am the lightweight champion, there is going to be options, and I definitely won't be opposed. Like, I have the frame to be a huge welterweight even, and also I can make featherweight if I wanted to. So, like, you know, there's definitely options for me. By the time I am the lightweight champ, I don't know if I'll be able to make featherweight, but I'll definitely be able to make welterweight and be a big welterweight. So yeah, like, obviously everyone wants that double champ status.
It's so weird just to think, like, I don't think Volkanovski's going to be around when you're at that level. But it would be so weird seeing you and Volkanovski fight. Like, is it weird fighting like really small guys? Like, is that odd, awkward?
No, I love it, man. They play into my game perfectly. I actually didn't get to show what I wanted to show this fight. We had a very specific game plan. I I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but the left hand wasn't meant to be the shot to knock him out. It just happened to be. But there was other weapons we were going to use to put this guy to sleep. Just because, yeah, the short people play into my game so well, man. Yeah, I love fighting the short dudes.
There you go. Hey, Tom, and by the way, we're live with Tom Nolan. His name is Big Train over here. Big debut in the Contender Series. Got the contract. Very excited to see what's coming up. You cool for a couple of questions from the live chat?
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay, cool. And what do you have around you right now? Any kangaroos bouncing around? What's going on? I'm fascinated with Australia.
No, I'm just at a shopping center.
Okay, there we go. I got it. That's one of the places. It's on my bucket list, man. I want to go to Australia in the worst way. How is the commuting, traveling back and forth? That's got to be a little taxing, though.
Like for my fight, you mean? Like going over to America? Yeah, man, that was definitely taxing. That was my first time ever being overseas. So on the way there wasn't bad, but when I got back, I was pretty exhausted.
So when you came, like, I know it's weird with the UFC, especially the Contender Series. We've had guys come on and say, oh, we had like one hotel. They didn't pay for flights for coaches and this and that. You're traveling all the way over from Australia. So what did the UFC flip the bill for? Did they pay for your coaches to fly over as well, or did they have to pay their own way?
So I paid for one of my coaches. The UFC paid for the other. And then they paid for like 3 nights accommodation. And lucky for me, my management team, one of the managers lives over there, so we stayed with him for the week, which was awesome.
Oh, there you go. By the way, your management team, very nice, very good people over there. How long have you been with that team?
Since my second pro fight, so coming up 2 years.
Oh, okay. All right, so you're in good hands. What do you think about a guy like Sean O'Malley saying, management teams are they're just relaying messages and this and that? What do you think about when he says stuff like that?
Man, my management team's been awesome. I can't say anything bad. You know, I'm sure there are bad managers out there, definitely. I'm sure, like you said, there are definitely scumbags who are looking to take people's money, but my team have been unreal to me. So I don't agree with everything you said there.
Yeah, I feel like you got enough to worry about. You got to be getting ready for these fights. You got to be going through camps and this and that. You don't have time to be messing around with all this other nonsense shows or whatever the hell's going on. So yeah, at least they lift that weight for you, right? And contracts.
Yeah, they do all of it, man. Anything I ask, they get done for me. You know, they really look after me. So I'm happy to pay them. You know, if anything, they're probably not getting paid enough because they work for us all year round, but they're going to get paid per fight. So I reckon if you can get with a good management team, definitely jump on it.
Here's a question from Classy Nasty, and he says, has Tom Nolan ever fought anybody taller than himself in his fight career? That's actually a good question.
Yes, as an amateur, I think I was 15 years old or 16 years old. I fought this guy from Estonia, and he was a fair bit taller than me. He was a monster. I can't believe he made featherweight. I was still a teenager, so I was making featherweight really easy back then. Like I was a real skinny kid. I didn't really cut any weight for that. But yeah, he was huge. I couldn't believe it.
I have a guy named Matt W. Says, Nolan, we need you to go help Moicano train for his fight with Turner. Would you? Wait, is Moicano fighting Turner? Is that happening?
Yeah, I saw that in the comment. Well, they agreed on Instagram.
What? Oh, I got to get Moicano back. I did not know that. That's crazy. Holy cow.
Turner put something up, and then Moicano was in the comments, and they were like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, if Moicano hit you up and says, yo, come to Florida and help me train, would you help him?
Well, I don't know. Are we going to fight? Because if we're going to fight, I'm not giving away my secrets. Because the way I train, man, I've got some secrets that I'm definitely going to be using in the UFC on some people, and I don't really want potential future opponents to see that.
Interesting. Has anyone ever brought you into a camp because of your size? Has anyone brought you into a camp, say, hey, you know, we need you to kind of just give me this look? No one's ever done that before?
No, not really, man. Over here in Australia, we're pretty chill. Like it's more like come spar and like come help out. It's not like a hey, come to the camp and stay here for 8 weeks and you know look after us. We'll look after you and put you up and all that. It's nothing like that.
And Houdini Betts says, thanks for the ML against Bogdan Grad. Not sure what the hell that means, but do you know what that means?
Well, Bogdan Grad's who I fought, but I don't know what the ML is.
Yeah. So has he hit you up after the fight? Has he said, hey, man, sorry for the trash talk or anything like that? Did you guys talk?
Yeah, we spoke. He apologized and said, you know, like, I'm going to watch you climb up the ranks and win the title. And I said, you know, beef squashed. Like, I'm not holding on to anything personal. And then we spoke again because he's already booked to fight. So I hit him up and said, you know, where are you fighting? Because I was curious to see, like, surely he hasn't got a big opportunity, but he's just fighting back on the promotion in Austria he was on. So.
Oh wow! So he's got he already back in the cage. He's gonna be fighting soon.
November I saw is when he's gonna fight, but I don't know. He said to me, he's like, well, let's see if I've still got this. If I win this fight, I'll keep going. If not, I'm gonna pursue something else. So it's a little bit like, I don't know. Maybe he's well, we'll find out. We'll see. Maybe it's working him up, or maybe he's over it. But you know, respect to him. I hope he does well. You know, I want to see him go do well after that. Hopefully, he learned a lesson from me. Like, don't try and psych people out, especially people who are really about it.
It's kind of wild, man, right? Like, at the end of the day, you're just there to compete against these guys, right? There shouldn't be any ill will. I mean, I understand it's a fight, but when you guys are done, you guys got each other's respect, right? I mean, it's hard to respect someone, though, that you just completely kill. Like you just run over, right? It's got to be a little weird, right? I'm sure you wanted a little. Did you want a little bit more, or is that how you wanted it to go?
Oh, well, I'm glad, like, we don't get paid overtime, so I'm glad it went the way it did. But to be honest, like I said, man, we trained some pretty nasty shots for this fight, and I wanted it to be I wanted to break his face completely, to be honest with you. Yeah, like, it's a weird one for me. Like, you said there's no ill will, but there kind of is for me. Like, I do really want to hurt, like, if you sign that contract, I do really, really want to hurt you, but it's not like a personal thing. Like, as soon as the fight's done, I'm not like, I have no hate towards anyone. I respect them after the fight, but in that camp and in the fight, I'm absolutely here to damage you as much as I can. You know, like, I'm looking to do anything I can to take some years off your life.
So you basically do flip a switch. Then you're basically like, okay, it's go time. Red in the eyes. I am going to. This guy's taken everything I've worked for, right? And
yeah.
So when they lock the cage, and now you're in the octagon, right? Like, before you've done the thing on the regional scene, this and that, you've flown all the way over. You're in Vegas now. You're in front of Dana White. They lock that cage. You say there's no nerves, but still, I mean, you're under the big lights on the Contender Series. Like, what are you thinking in that moment right before you're about to compete?
All I was thinking was, this dude's locked in this cage with me. That's all I was thinking. Like, I actually, if you watch the footage, like you said, you can see after I knock him out, I kind of switched to like, oh shit, where's Dana? Where's Dana? I forgot he was even there until the knockout. Like, all I was worried about was Bogdan. We were staring at each other. He was talking some shit, saying, "Are you ready? I hope you're ready," and all this. And I had nothing to say. I was just staring at him like, "Yeah, we're gonna find out. You're locked in here with me. Like, you better hope the referee saves your life."
Have you ever walked in a cage and you were like, oh, like you're nervous or scared, like terrified, like, oh shit, I don't want to do this anymore? Have you ever had that cross your mind?
I wouldn't say to that level, but definitely when I was an amateur, I would freak out a little bit before fights when I was a young fella. That's what I mean by my mindset switched. Like, through my amateur career, it was way more nervous for me. I'd be sweating and panicking, and then I'd go out and I'd perform. But I'd probably say for my one loss, I went into that one a little bit, you know, I was 17 years old. I was 7-0 as an amateur, and I think maybe I thought I was better than what I was. And then I got to fight night and I was like, oh, okay, this dude's legit. And like, I realized I hadn't dealt with those emotions in camp. I kind of pushed them aside thinking, nah, I'm the champ. I'm the best. I don't need to be threatened by this. And then fight night rolled around, and then it's like, well, you can't hide from those emotions now. And yeah, that dude beat me up pretty good and taught me some lessons. And I went away from that and learned how to strike and essentially became a striker from that. So I'm very thankful for that. But I think that's where I learned to switch my mindset. It's like, all right, during camp, I've got to deal with these emotions. I've got to become friends with the worst case scenario. If they knock me out, they knock me out, whatever. Like, it is what it is. And then I become friends with those emotions, and I go in there and I just don't feel anything because I'm not worried anymore. It's like I've literally come to terms with the worst case scenario, and I'm okay with that.
That's pretty cool, man. Dude, it's impressive, man. The way you have molded yourself with, I mean, 6 professional wins, and here you are in the UFC. It's really, really fascinating to watch. And my final question for you, Big Train. You said that came from the UFC game. Is that true?
Yeah, me and my buddy, we were playing UFC one night, and we were doing like the create a character mode. And I clicked Big Train because Thomas the Tank Engine, and then all my mates at school just started calling me it. Like, this is before I was even training or anything. And then yeah, I started fighting, and I was like, oh, well, everyone calls me. Yeah, I'm just gonna call myself that for my fight name, and just stuck. Man,
when you got off that plane and you're now a UFC fighter, you're back home. It must have been such a great feeling, right?
Yeah, it was good. It's definitely a good feeling, but I'm not satisfied. Like I knew I was going to be here, man. It's hard to explain. Like it's an awesome feeling, definitely. But I was more excited before the fight because I'm like, oh, this is about to happen. And then it happened. I'm like, yeah, well, I knew this was going to happen. So now it's like, now I really want to go knock someone out on the actual big stage in the UFC. I want to put someone out cold, violent, vicious, and show off my creativity. You know, I didn't get to show it as much as I wanted to in the last fight. So I feel like my striking from Team Compton is elite, and I don't think people have come across our style yet. And I think I'm going to put it on full display on someone.
So with this little injury, what's the window that you're looking to come back in?
November or December, hopefully, or late October if I have to, but the end of the year. Like, it's nothing crazy. It's just, like, I'm still training. I'm back in the gym, but it's more the fact of I don't need to rush anything. I'm only 23. I don't need to turn around. I think that fight's only 3 weeks away. So I'd have, 2 weeks of training and then weight cut week, which is, I don't know, seems a little bit unnecessary to me. I think I'm better off getting a full camp, letting these injuries heal up, and then, yeah, and using this time to get better as well. I like to have a little bit of upgrade time between fights, you know, before I go back into camp.
That would be crazy. Madison Square Garden in November. Would that be something that you would like to do?
Yeah, I would do that, definitely. I think it's mid-November.
Yeah, I think it's a couple weeks in. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that'd be nuts. Dude, your debut in Madison Square Garden. That would be insane.
Yeah, that would be sick. Or I heard McGregor's back in December, you know, if he's going to sell out the T-Mobile, I'd love to get on that also.
What would you prefer? Probably the McGregor one, right? I mean, that'd be nuts.
Yeah. The taxes are better, and it's Conor McGregor, you know, he's my idol, so that would definitely be awesome.
Smart man. I left New York, moved to Arizona because of those taxes. So I understand what you're saying. It's nuts, man.
Yeah. I've worked so hard to get here, so it's time to make some money.
Good for you, man. Hey, listen, I'm a big fan. Instantly, I appreciate you stopping by. And if there's any sponsors you'd like to shout out, now's the time to do so.
Battlefit Coaching, you know, shout out to Blair Bear for always looking after me. And just my team, shout out to my team, Team Compton Training Center. Best team in Australia, best team in the world. So you're all going to find out soon.
There you go. Hey, Tom, thanks again for coming on, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thanks, brother. Thanks for having me.
There he is, Big Train, Tom Nolan, live on the MMA-Holes. Let's go, chat. What do you think? What do you think of Big Train, man? Dude, this guy's a beast. Like, I'm telling you, I mean, we've seen just limited information from the Contender series, and I was like digging a little bit, trying to find some more stuff on the guy. Not many interviews, so it's an honor to have him on the show. But there are certain people that stand out. This guy's 6'3". He's a lightweight. He doesn't even have trouble hitting this weight. Like, it's fucking nuts. He ran through his opponent, hopped on the cage, fucking pointed at Dana and says, "Let's go." You know, I mean, I don't know, man. Some people have it. Australia, if you're in the chat, this is your guy, man. This is the future. It's fun, man. Yo, lightweight is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like, it's fucking crazy. And you guys say Moicano is going to fight Jalen Turner? What? I didn't even know that. I saw the Jordan Levitt thing against Chase Hooper. It's funny how Tom said he wanted to fight Chase Hooper. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Watch those two guys rolling around. Damn, man. That was cool, man. That was really cool. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of Tom Nolan, man. I mean, I think Big Train's going to be something special. That's my mystical prediction right there. More importantly, your beard is getting wild, buddy. Is it really? Hold on, let me check this out. How's my beard looking? Is it looking wild? What are you talking about? That shit looks fucking... That shit looks beautiful. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Jay Smith, hey, brother. How you doing? Great to see you. Hey, what's up, Lou? How's it going, bud? I'm okay, sup, bro. Cool guy. Yeah, he is, right? He's a nice guy. Where's JBH at? She is with the baby. Happy holidays, Tom. Happy. Our boy Jordan is gonna grape chase his pooper. It's a rough fight. I gotta say, I am more biased for. I hate to say this, but you know, listen, Jordan's been on the show a ton of times, so I am definitely. We've had Chase on, great guy, but you know, Jordan's our dude, man. I sent him a message and I was like, "Is this real?" And he's like, "How the fuck did you like? How do you know about this?" Like, he said, "I just signed the contract in the car." when it dropped. I saw Pulse dropped it in the Discord, and he's like, I'm like, I don't know, it's on the internet. And next thing you know, Chase announced it. Jordan threw it up on his Twitter. It's like the fucking fans are getting the info before it's nuts. But yeah, Chase Hooper versus Jordan Levitt dude, that's a fun fight, man. That's a fun fight. Important fight for two young athletes, you know, at lightweight. Chase Hooper finding himself, Jordan redeeming himself, and now they're going to go at it with each other. It's going to be a very interesting fight between these two. This will not suck. I promise you that. This fight will not suck. And Moicano versus... I'm trying to still digest Moicano versus Turner. Dude, Turner versus Tom is... Dude, Tom Nolan versus Turner is nuts. Two 6'3" lightweights going at it. Dude, that sounds like fire. But I hope they do the right thing with Tom. I hope they, you know, give him a couple of fights where, you know, winnable fights, you know, slowly move him in. The dude's only got 6 pro fights, you know, so it's like I hope they don't throw him in too deep. But the way Tom talks, like he's basically like he wants Chase Hooper. I mean, let's be honest, Chase Hooper's got a bunch of UFC experience. He's ready, man. Tom says he's ready. I've gone way too long, and JBH had a baby. Fuck yeah, blessings. Thank you, David Flores. Yeah, we had our second child. He's a little boy, and JBM is holding down the fort, man. She'll be back. We spoke about it today. Jessie will be back in like 2 months, somewhere around there. Once the baby has a better sleeping schedule, Jessie's gonna be right back into the mix. So, in no time, you'll see Jess back, and then 2024, it's gonna be a whole different monster for the MMA-Holes, back to our regularly scheduled program. Let me play this really quick here because D-Rest was very nice to give us a $100 donation before we went live, and I am a man of my word, okay? So I'm going to play... I'm going to play this real quick, and then we'll talk a little UFC 292. I was thinking about playing some of the media scrum that went down today. Pull some stuff, see if we can get some more information. Tomorrow is the press conference. We'll be live for that. And to the Gummy Gang, a D-Rest original. I want everyone to start dancing in the chat before we get into UFC 292.
Here's a preview of the Gummy Gang song. They getting high and making fun of what's going on.
That sounds like Pulse. Oh yeah, come on. It's going down, baby, the Gummy Gang. Pop the gummies.
The hardcore holes in a secret little club. If you're there, you already have the dub. Come on down if you want to join the bunch.
It does sound like Biggie. It does.
Can't tell you more, I already said. Too much. The Gummy Gang.
This is long. Is it Biggie with a brain injury?
Shoot down, bang, bang.
Listen, the man paid. He paid his hard-earned money. And I will play. You pay, I play. Thank you. Wow, what a song. That's nice. Dude, it was so funny watching Tom Nolan. If you just jump it in, make sure you run that or run back the interview. Tom is good, man. It's cool seeing these guys coming in like off the Contender series. You know, it's cool seeing these guys come in early and young, and you know we're going to be looking back at these interviews if these guys do special things and be like, holy shit, man, that was a pretty big experience. So if you missed Tom Nolan, run it back. But it was so funny, man. I told him before we went live, I was like, well, we live off of donations here. That's how we survive. And someone dropped a very big donation. So we're going to be playing. Thank you, Ninja Choke. Appreciate you, man. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I like doing those interviews. It doesn't do anything for us, so we're like a reaction show. But when we have our Wednesday shows, it's kind of a selfish thing. I like chatting with these guys, so I hope you guys do like it. So I was like, yeah, before we get into the interview, I got to play these donations here, and then we'll roll into the interview. And then right when I was going to play D-Rest's donation, Jay Bluefoot intercepts with the Daddy Cowboy. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So Daddy Cowboy's playing, and I see him just staring into the camera. And I'm like, the corner of my eyes, I'm trying to, enjoy Daddy Cowboy. Poor Tom is just sitting there on standby with Daddy Cowboy playing. Dude, it's like, you just can't make it up. You can't make it up. The poor dude's sitting there, all the way from Australia. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is... And then after that, I had to play the $100 donation, too, with the craziness that's going on there. And I'm just sitting there, entertaining this because it's our show. But then I'm looking in he's dead straight face staring at the camera. Oh, God, it was so fucking funny, man. So funny. I love this show. I absolutely. So thank you guys for supporting and humiliating me. It's very effective. Do you guys? What would you? You know what? Fuck it. Do you want me to open phone lines? You guys want to call in the show? Let's talk about 292. I want to hear your thoughts. You guys want to call in? One's in the chat. I'll open the phone lines. I was gonna play some stuff from the media scrum, but fuck it. Let's hear you guys. I mean, D-Rest dropped $100 dono, for God's sakes. Cheap labor interview. I always feel bad, man. Should I open it up? All right, let's talk to the chat. All right, so Discord is how you can call anywhere in the world. Give us a call, and if you call tonight's show, you'll be on the same show as Tom Nolan. Okay, so think about that. If you call the show tonight and talk about 292, you'll look back when Tom Nolan becomes the lightweight champion. You'll be like, I was on the show. I was actually on the same show. So I'm going to give you an opportunity here to call in right now. Hit up the Discord. And give me a call, okay? I'm going to put in the Discord. By the way, you could find it in our link tree in the description. And maybe if a moderator's in the chat, they could drop it in there. I appreciate it. I'm looking at the Discord. I'm like, oh, my God. All right, I'm going to put... So basically, you find our avatar, the MMA-Holes avatar. You can right-click it. You just hit call. Stand by. I'll get to all your calls, okay? I'm going to put call me in the Discord. Call me. We're going to make this a quick show. So we had Tom's interview, and we'll run into some calls. Here we go. Johnny Walker, you there, buddy?
What's up, Bubba? How you doing?
Hey, I'm wonderful. How's it going?
Pretty good. Good interview with the kid.
Yeah, man. What do you think about Tom?
I wasn't familiar with him. First time seeing him. And anybody with that, he's long and strong. It's always a good match. Always a good recipe to succeed in the UFC nowadays.
Yeah, think about it. You got Sean O'Malley fighting for the title this week, and Jamal Hill's a Contender Series guy. A lot of these Contender Series guys are going on some serious runs. The UFC likes pushing them too, so I think Tom's got all the goods. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's too early to tell now, but definitely a good prospect to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
Let's get right down to it. Sean O'Malley. I was listening to his coach interview, Tim Welch, on Submission Radio. And they were kind of praising him because they're saying he's being so honest. Like, oh, I love your honesty. You're not just hyping him and say he's going to smash him. They're saying, oh, we don't know how it's going to go. It's 50-50 fight. And I don't know. It's not a good sign to me. It's almost like he's giving too much respect to Sterling. It's like he knows that O'Malley's in for a long night.
I mean... I think it's an interesting... Yeah, I've noticed that as well. I've noticed even Sean's been fairly humble, even though he's saying how he's going to knock him out and this and that. You can tell he's giving Aljo a lot of respect. Tim as well. Anyone out of their camp, they're giving Aljo a lot of respect. And it could be a tactic to kind of maybe lull them a little bit. Maybe You know, I mean, I think they genuinely think that Sean's going to get his hand raised. I think they think that, but maybe they're trying to give him a lot of respect to kind of soften up Aljo. Maybe it's a tactic. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm just reading too much into it. I think that's the kind of guy Tim is. He calls it down the middle. He knows it's a tough task, but he also said O'Malley is perfectly capable of knocking him out. Mm-hmm. If he plants one on the chin, he could put him out easily.
Sure.
My big takeaway is we haven't seen Sean O'Malley tested against someone like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We've seen Sterling go up against strikers. A perfect archetype is Corey Sandhagen. I mean, the dude's a really good striker, long, same frame, and he went and wrapped him up in a minute. And I don't know, it just seems like that's the blueprint. But I did like how Tim said he's prepared, because Sterling likes to go out there and sprint. Like, he's in his face right away. He's going to have O'Malley prepared for that first minute sprint, and we see Sterling slow down. He's a fast starter. He likes to slow down in them later rounds. So
yeah.
Can O'Malley weather the storm and start picking him apart as Sterling starts to slow down? I think that's the best bet is weather that storm and then start piecing him up on the feet as the rounds go on.
It did seem like I know what you're saying, especially with the first fight with Jan with Sterling. He went balls to the wall in the beginning, and Jan was kind of overwhelmed in the beginning, and then it all swayed in Jan's favor. But I did notice that Aljo has addressed that, and I don't think, I mean, with O'Malley it might be different because it does seem like he wants to finish him early. So it is going to be interesting. Aljo, it does seem like he knows he's levels better, and his grappling is top notch, especially against a guy named Sean. So yeah, you might be right. Aljo might come out a little bit aggressive in this fight, try to Corey Sandhagen him, and if that does fail and it goes late, oof, we got ourselves an interesting situation for sure.
I mean, even in that Cejudo fight, he was getting whooped in that fifth round, and I think both Jan fights. He really slowed down in that first Jan fight where he could barely even function.
Dude, the first one, he blew his load. He went crazy in that the first round. He looked good, but it was just he couldn't keep that up for five.
All of his fights he slows down though. I mean, it's expected with his build, a lot of muscle mass, so he's not going to be able to sustain that. But it's just hard to pick against Sterling. But I'm gonna be pulling for O'Malley, the goofy dude. But I want to talk about this dude, Ian Machado Gary, the cringiest dude in the UFC.
Okay.
Have you been listening to what he's been saying? Like, they ain't good enough for them. They want to see me and stuff like that.
I tell you what,
Have you seen that?
I tell you what, after his last fight, I'm kind of sold. Like I think he's cringy too, but then I don't know, man. Everything's coming together for this kid, like in the right way. This kid's got the right confidence. He's got the skills. He's got the right gym. He's got the emotional support at home. He's got everything is just kicking in high gear with this kid. There's a reason why he's very confident.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's good too, because Daniel Rodriguez is no joke. He's talented, and you put him away pretty easily.
Yeah,
I think he's talented. Just the dude's just he's just really crunchy. He's a corny kid.
Fair,
pretty corny. And my final point, got to give a shout out to Weidman, All American. I mean, he's coming back. What a legend. What a legend, Chris Weidman, man. I could talk stories for him, man. I remember watching him come up way back when, and now he's to go to the Anderson Silva fights and the leg break for him to make a comeback. He's always had haters. I don't understand why, because he beat their idol Anderson Silva. I get that, but he's always been a good dude. I don't understand why he'd hate. I was a big ass fan because I was growing up wrestling. He always represented the wrestlers, and I want to see him get it done. I think he can get this win against Brad Tavares. What's your thoughts on that fight?
Listen, I'm going to be betting on Weidman unless I see something crazy at the face-off. But, excuse me, I've always been very biased for Chris. He's a Long Island guy. I got the pleasure of shooting his Gotham magazine shoot with him and Wonderboy. Super nice guy. I hung out at his after party and everything like that. He's just a cool dude. And what he did with Anderson Silva was spectacular. Like absolutely spectacular. So it's a shame to see him suffer the injury. It's a shame to see, when Yoel Romero took his, almost took his head off. I mean, there's a lot of bad breaks for Chris Weidman towards the latter half of his career. But if you think about that run up to Anderson Silva, I mean, and then defending the belt and doing it clean, that was a big thing with Chris. Like he won. I'm curious. Kev, I haven't seen him. I mean, I'm assuming this is a new picture of Chris here, but I wonder, he had the break. And, the leg thing, like Conor McGregor, you think he got in the sauce for a little while? What do you think?
Remember there's a picture of him, his back. You see the picture on Instagram with his back?
No.
The dude's freaking huge. He's cut up. I was like, wow, where'd you get this kind of muscle? It's kind of strange.
I was laughing because
I don't know.
Even when I interviewed Chris, like he was saying he's always been anti-steroids. But let's be serious. If I had a very serious injury where they were talking about amputating his leg, I'm going to get on all the roids. I don't know. I got to check USADA. Has anyone checked if he's been tested this entire time? Oh, fuck. I got to look this up, man.
He's got to get, he don't get that special treatment. He's not going to get the McGregor treatment. He's for sure been tested.
We got to look that up.
Play that video of hitting the heavy bag, making his comeback.
Let's see. All right, here we go. I mean, he's always been a big dude, but not like very muscular, right? He's always been just solid dude.
That one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's got muscle for sure, but it's not even, I don't think it's a red flag. Who knows? You never know, though.
Yeah.
Imagine he comes back like Lou Ferrigno, the dude's just jacked. That'd be so funny, man.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, you know what's funny about that fight, though, is those Anderson Silva fights are saying it's fluke. Oh, those are 2 fluke wins.
No way.
You remember Silva he almost got beat by Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
He was 30 seconds away from getting beat by Sonnen. So that's no fluke. Weidman's just a beast. I don't want to give him his credit. But anyways, I'll leave it to I'll leave the next guy on. Have a good one.
All right, you too, man. There's Kevin calling in. Look at that. I'll tell you what, Kevin always has a good call. Whether you agree or disagree with Kevin, probably one of the elite callers of the show. Thank you, Kevin. If you want to call in, hit our Discord. Find the Mystical Moss, and let's talk. By the way, we're giving away the Sean O'Malley signed card on Saturday, so make sure you're subscribed. You hit the notification bell as well. Can someone do me a favor in the Discord? Can you find that USADA list and can you check Chris Weidman? We've done it with McGregor. I don't have the time right now because I don't want to distract from the show. But if someone could jump in and check the list of how many times Weidman has been tested since the injury, dude, that'd be hilarious if he got on the sauce. I hope he did, to be honest. I would do it. I would fucking get on all the drugs. Dude, I would get on all the drugs. But it's just so funny because he was anti-steroids. That'd be hysterical. But so is Conor. Conor was too. He was all anti-steroids, and then look at him now. Oh, hold on. We got a spirit trying to call the show. Hold on a second. Let's see if where are you, a spirit? I'm calling you back. A spirit is calling the show. I don't think Weidman is either. It's just something weird that jumped into my mind a couple of nights ago when I was high. I was actually thinking about that. A spirit, are you there? No? A spirit? I see you're there, but a spirit's not talking. Come on, a spirit, give me some voice. I would love to speak to you. Here we go. Let's see, was a spirit? I can't get my mic to work. Oh, it's Jay Blowful. That's a bummer, man. Oh, okay. Well, you could do it on your phone. If you have the Discord app on your phone, do it on your phone and call back, okay? Thank you, a spirit. That would have been nice. Jay Blowful, the guy that made me blush with the Daddy Cowboy song. Dude. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, stop it, D-Rest. Stop it. There were funny moments in the song. Call the show, D-Rest. Call up the show. Let's chat. It was a fantastical masterpiece. Don't be all sad. All right, who else is calling here? I saw 2 joints on the line. Let's go here. 2 joints. D-Rest, call the show.
Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, 2 joints. You there?
Yeah, you betcha. How's my audio, Chris? Should I tone it down, or do you like where I'm at right now?
You're good. You're good. I got you.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to make our calls enjoyable, Chris, because I like calling the show and putting in my information. So, but what I just want to say off the bat was about Chris Weidman. Something I want to throw out there. Is there any chance that this could be his last fight? Is this the fight?
Listen, if he gets destroyed, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I would imagine that this would be it. I would imagine, but it doesn't seem like that's what he's looking for.
Huh.
You know,
I've always kind of liked him, man. You know what? I think his shining accomplishment is that fight against Anderson Silva, where the fucking dummy was taunting him, playing around like a goofball, and then he catches Silva, and then he just knocks him right the fuck out, and he wins the fight. Like, that's just something you just don't forget, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, I mean, Chris, I deserves all the respect in the world. It's just a bummer because a lot of people came in after like his title. Defending the belt and all this stuff, people came in and started watching the sport when he was on his downcline, and it is a bummer, man, because this guy had such a rise, man.
I think you'd have to agree, Moss. There was a certain time and era with these certain kind of fighters that there wasn't a lot of whining and bitching like there is now. Like back in the day, Moss, let's say 10, 12 years ago, the fighters just wanted to fight. They didn't care who they fought or when or whatever. I just think things have changed a little more. I think Dana's just been a little more loosey-goosey with giving the fighters a little more leeway and stuff. I just miss the old days. Like I watch classic hockey fights and I watch classic UFC fights, and like Don Fry and all those guys, man, back in the day, those were fucking killers, man. Mm-hmm. Like really, really good stuff to watch. But so O'Malley and Aljo, I'm totally taking O'Malley, and it's just out of sheer hatred for Aljo. I'm going to say maybe by the third round, it's kind of a close fight, and O'Malley just fucking blinks his eye and smashes him fucking 1-2, and Aljo's just back to fucking La La Land. I just don't like the guy, Moss. I just might as well, why beat around the bush, so. And of course, you think O'Malley's going to get worked 5 rounds and lose a decision. I'm sure that's what you're going to say.
Listen, I mean, I honestly think that Sterling's going to break him. I think Sterling's going to finish him. I do. I've seen in O'Malley, and I hope I'm wrong. I mean, listen, Sean wins, the night is fire. If Sean wins this fight, like everything changes. Even though with Aljo saying he's going to move up a weight class, now you think, okay, what are you going to do now, Aljo? Like that whole idea of you did what you had to do at bantamweight, you're going to move up, you're going to hand it over to Merab. Like, are they going to run it back for a sequel? Is Aljo going to second guess? Like it's going to be a whole weird situation, but I've seen it from what I've seen of Sean. I've seen a guy that will quit. That's what I've seen, and that's where why I can't pick Sean. But would I love to see Sean, do a crazy thing in there and knock him out? Sure. I mean, that's he's got the style.
Well, he's such a social media fan favorite, Moss. Like, I mean, I think win or lose, it's going to be a good fight. But I mean, what's even funnier is nobody said one word about Wei Ling and Lemos. Like, I mean, the co-main event, like nobody gives a fuck. Like it is what it is though. But I think Wei Ling's going to fucking hop Singer. It's not going to go anywhere near the distance. And on my way out, Moss, I'd just like to say that interview with Nolan was really cool. And shout out to Drunk Vigo and my gummy gang in the chat. And let's end the call there.
Thank you. All right, 2 joints. Thanks for the call, man. There's 2 joints coming in. Look at you. And D-Rest, listen, I'm always laughing, okay? I am always laughing, bud. But let me just make this very clear, okay? And I've said this before. I appreciate when people donate to the show. I mean, you guys are the reason why we're here. The donations that fly, Super Chat, Streamlabs, and D-Rest has been fucking on fire, helping us pay off this website. Completely humbled by that. But at the end of the day, we're running a show, okay? And if I'm going to sit there and I think something is funny and not laugh, I mean, I'm going to laugh, guys. That's just how I am. I've said that to big donators in the past, too. Donators have come and gone because of us being as real as possible. So, listen, the song was a little silly, and I laughed. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm not hating. It's just, it's just how it is. So, D-Rest, we still love you. But don't be a baby. All right, here we go. Who else we got here? Is Jay Blowful trying to call it back, or let's see? Oh, he says I'm too retarded for. Okay. Yeah, it's super easy to call on your phone because all you need is the app, and away you go. We're talking. All right. What do we have here? Sausage is calling. Let's talk to Sausage. Guys, hit us up on the Discord if you want to talk about UFC 292. Don't be a pussy. Call me up. I want to talk. I love you. Sausage, you there? Hey, what's up, Sausage? What's going on?
God damn it. I think I'm turning into a Dylan Dennis fan.
You turn into... Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now, me too. I saw a clip of him on Nelk, and Dylan Dennis, he makes a good point. He said that Jake Paul was doing that to him with his girlfriend when they were talking shit, when they were going back and forth. So Dylan Dennis is just returning the favor, doing it to Logan. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, like, you sign up to fight, you're talking a lot of shit, you got a girl that's in the spotlight. You know what Dylan Dennis said? He goes, I'm pro trannies and pro LGBTQ. He's like, but I got to be honest with you, I thought she was a dude. He thought she was a tranny. He said. Oh, dude, man, he's so funny, man.
Turn the girl on me. He just needs to go out there and win some fights.
Yeah, that would help. That would definitely help if he started winning fights. Yeah, because what good is trash talk if you're getting beat up all the time?
Exactly. I mean, it's just like he keeps going. Now he's even like posting just random pictures she took with like fans and shit. Mm-hmm. As like her body count. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but I took one of the photos and put Hearns' face on it.
I did see that. Yes. Yeah, Dylan Dennis has been quite comical. And you know what? In a fight that I couldn't care less about, now I kind of want to see it. He won me over.
He's fucking selling this shit. Logan ain't doing shit.
I am 100% rooting for Dylan Dennis to somehow win, even though he won't. I mean, I don't see how he wins that fight, but we'll see.
You never know. McGregor's training him.
Yeah, that doesn't.
The old karate stance.
Yeah, he's gonna be coming out with that shit in boxing. Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Oh shit. So this weekend, watch fucking Weidman go out and break his leg again in the first round.
God, help me, dude! I can't take it. I have been simping for Weidman for a while. Like, if you go back to a lot of my streams, if Weidman's fighting, chances are I'm picking him. It's just how I've been. It's just this weird bias that I've had. But I think from what Weidman has done, he's got all the skills. And he should beat Tavares. Tavares, to me, has been exposed. I don't know, but this is like a bad injury he's coming off of. And, Jesus, if his leg snaps again, dude, that'd be nuts.
Yeah, he hasn't looked himself in a very long time. Right around the time you saw it. Funny how that works.
Yeah, I mean, if I was him, I'd be on the sauce. But you're saying he's lost because of USADA? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. Look, go back. That's pretty much when he started his losing streak, wasn't it? When USADA came in.
Man, dude, I don't know about that. Just because even speaking to him personally, like he was dead against steroids, like leading the charge. Like every interview was him shitting on any sort of banned substance. Like he was, and his whole thing was beating up steroid users. So I don't think that was the case.
Don't test too much, or whatever the saying is.
I do want to see
too much because you're fucking guilty.
Well, where's the list? If anyone could get a hold of that USADA list, I would love to see it.
Yeah, I think he got off of them when they came in, but I mean, back in his prime, Anderson Silva beating up all the other fucking Brazilians who were obviously on the fucking juice. Mm-hmm. Never know.
Well, Sausage, I mean, listen, Oh no, I don't know if you hear that, but
I hear it.
Conor McGregor's got the steroids in. Where are the whales? Got my proper 12 grin. Pull down my pants black from the waist down. Cool. Hey, deep pass me my cocaine crown. Punch that old guy, hand truck, oh my. Titanium gym bone will knock your head sky high. The lead warrior can of the whole roster. Bow down to the Lambo yacht, only monster. Every time I see that booger sugar water, put it up my nostrils. Can I take you to the handicap bathroom where I'll rape you with my Irish penis tonight?
Oh my God, thank God that didn't play with Tom.
Too stoned and drunk to call in tonight, Mose. But thanks to all the legends calling in tonight. Also thanks for all you do, Mose and Jesse. I hope all is good with y'all.
Thank you.
P.S. Sean O'Malley is a faggot. It'll be crazy if he wins.
Thank you. Shout out to Ninja Choke. $30 donation. Appreciate you. Thank you. Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine before the Tom Nolan interview if someone dropped that. That would have been horrific. Anyway. Back to you, Sausage.
But just stop with the fucking O'Malley thing. He's not gonna win. I mean, it's just like that fucking meme I posted in Discord. He's not fucking win, dude. Aljo's gonna fucking strangle him, ragdoll him.
I agree. I mean, there's just too much evidence pointing in the direction of Aljamain Sterling doing bad things to O'Malley. I think most fans out there, and not even trying to shit on Aljo, but, you know, he's been there, done that. I think Sean O'Malley would just be fun, you know, as the bantamweight champ. But, yeah.
He would, but it just ain't gonna happen, brah.
Was that a Sean O'Malley impersonation?
No.
Oh, okay. What was that? What just happened?
Was it good?
What happened? What just happened?
Something I do from time to time. Just something I do from time to time, brah.
Okay.
That's my brah.
Like, what was that fucking laugh? He did it again in an interview. Like, he just has like that like he just goes into that weird stumbly laugh. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm so confident O'Malley's not going to win that if he wins the belt, I'll do a fucking face reveal.
What? Yo, I was actually debating on having a challenge. You should go up against Sonosi. I don't see Sonosi in the chat, but you need to, if you're going to do a face reveal, you should come up with something that Sonosi would do, you know, because he's very confident that Sean's going to win. Wow, you would do a face reveal. That's crazy. You really prepared for that?
Discord, that's it. Yeah.
Huh. Wow, that's wow. People, the world would explode.
I may not be clothed at the time, but we'll see.
Well, that one girl says Suge wins, dummy. So you're showing your face.
Oh, that one girl. Nah.
Why do you think she likes Sean? Do you think she's attracted to Sean? Like, what do you think the allure is? I'm trying to figure out why people like Sean. What do you think it is?
I don't know. The fucking stoner fucking shit. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of high guys that are cool, like me. But I mean, you don't have to frost you don't have to do, I don't know, the pink hair and like, I mean, I get why kids like him. You know, I get that because he's, you know, these kids these days are not the most, you know, they're very effeminate, you know. But like, it is weird, man.
I feel like a butch lesbian.
You think that is? You think people like, dude? Like, look at, I got the picture up of him. You know, Tim put this up on his Instagram. They're getting ready. You know, they've landed in Boston. They got the crew there. It looks like the homosexual hangover. Like, it's like, what the fuck? It's really strange, man. It's a strange thing, but he's unique. I'll give him that.
Who the hell is listening to fucking Timbo's podcast? Come on.
You know, like, at first I wasn't the big Timbo fan, and I'm not a fan of the guy, but he just seems like he's the weirdest coach in the UFC. Like, do you hear what I'm saying? Like, he clearly knows what he's talking about. He's not a dumb guy. And he's constantly training and this and that. But when I watch his videos, I'm like, how is this guy the head coach for Sean? Like, how does this, did he groom Sean? Did he bring him in and groom him or something like that? Like, how did this even happen? Who else is he coaching, Tim? I never see him in anyone else's corner.
I have no idea, man. I think they just became friends and be like, hey, man, let me coach you. I suck as a fighter.
It's very, and I know he's an ex-fighter. I know that he was on that stupid show with Bellator. I know exactly what you're talking about. And he seems like an okay guy. He doesn't seem like a dick. He's just always high, so you don't really know who he really is. Like, watch my second channel. Like, if you judge me off of that channel, I'm fucked. You know, so I get it. If you're high, you know, you're just having a good time. But it is weird. It just feels like Sean's like, hey, bud, yeah, you want to hop in my corner and coach a couple of my fights? Like, it's bizarre.
You think he's weirder than what's his name with the fucking glasses, the white glasses?
Oh, the captain? Is that, what's his name?
Yeah, Captain Eric.
Yeah. But Dat One Girl says we would hate her for. Why would we hate you? Like, are you? Maybe I don't know. Dat One Girl might be. I don't know. What is? I don't. I'm trying to figure out why would we hate Dat One Girl? Or maybe she's aloof. She's got to be aloof. She's in this fucking chat. We're all a bunch of fucking weirdos. What do you think's up with Dat One Girl? Why does she like this guy?
I have no idea. Yeah, that's what she's into.
Yeah, I bet Sean's an alright.
Boys.
I bet he's an alright dude though. I bet Sean's okay, man. I don't think he's a dick. I don't get those vibes from him. I just think he's weird, you know. But I don't think he's a dick. Just like Izzy. Like I don't think Izzy's a dick. I think Izzy's probably a fucking cool guy to hang out with, you know. So yeah, I don't hate Sean. It's just like the gimmick is weird, but I do like his fighting style.
Yeah, he's got good striking, but gotta get that ground game. Cheeto's coming for the rematch eventually.
Yeah, that's funny too. He's like, he doesn't even talk about him winning. He's like, if Cheeto wins his fight, you know, I'm gonna fight him next. Which I would like to see the rematch, but I don't know if Cheeto quite off that win deserves a title shot. I feel like that's a little weird. I feel like what about Merab? Why you don't want to fight Merab? Like, what's that about?
You want to fucking play Merab?
Yeah. The machine. Well, with the new rules, I'll help Sean out a little.
So will you ever find out if they're doing it this weekend? The new rules?
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. It's weird. It were dropped, and I would imagine yes. I would guess yes, because it seems like it's conveniently put in play right before a fight where Sean O'Malley's going to be headlining in Boston against a wrestler. So I would imagine so.
That's all I got.
You know, it's interesting, though. All right. And thank you for the call, Sausage. What's interesting is with Tom Nolan coming on and talking about, like, we were talking about those rules. Like, he's not the biggest fan of that, right? And he's kind of right. Like, I made this point when we were reading the rules out, when we had that Weasel video up, that, like, if you're in a real fight and you're fighting a guy that's a wrestler, their job is to basically hold you down. Like, you get rewarded for that, right? Don't you get points for holding down? Like, if you mount or if you're doing jiu-jitsu or whatever, and you're mounting your opponent, or if you're in a certain position or something, like, you get more points. And if you're holding a guy down for a specific amount of time, like in a real fight, if you're being held down and there's nothing you can do, you're losing that fight, you know? It's just not fun to watch. So I think that's why the UFC is like, well, we don't want the crowd to be booing like Sandhagen's fight or Luque's fight. We want these people to get their money's worth, so they're going to stand these guys up. And you're kind of handicapping grapplers, you know? So I'm interested to see how the grapplers adjust to this and you know, the sense of urgency with advancing their position and trying to go for finishes. Hopefully it works out well. So we'll see what happens. All right, anyone else on hold here? Let's see. Oh, I think I saw Lou on here. Yeah, sweet Lou. Okay, we'll wrap it up with Lou then. I want to thank everyone for the calls. I want to thank our guest, Dana White, Contender Series prospect, Big Train, Tom Nolan, for coming on. It was a pleasure speaking with him. Nice guy, really nice dude. All right, what are we gonna do here? Let's see. All right, sweet Lou's Hog, I'm giving you a ring. I saw you on standby. If anyone else wants to call, slip in, baby. We're gonna be wrapping this puppy up, but hop on our Discord, completely free, and I can call, and you can call from all over the world. All right, I'll give sweet Lou a second here. Gummy Gang, grapplers like north-south position for fun. I said sausage demon, damn sausage, where are you going to talk about? All right. Well, anyway, yeah, 292 is coming, and we're going to be doing our final preview show on Friday night where we get our predictions in and all that fun stuff. So that's going down Friday night. Make sure you're a member, of course. Here we go, sweet Lou. Are you there, Lou Dog?
Yeah, you there?
I'm here. I'm here. What's up, bud?
Hey, guys. What's going on? Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hey, we're wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, man. Wonderful over here. Just hanging out. I have a couple opinions as far as 292 with Sean O'Malley. And now Sausage wants to do that face reveal, man. Now that even makes it more confusing because kind of leaning towards Aljo, just because of his game. But I went through and I watched every Sean O'Malley fight that he had, and I was watching a lot of his beginner, like his beginner fights. Like it looked like they just threw him dudes to ragdoll. I don't know. That's what it seemed like. It didn't seem like the one dude. I don't know his name. He had green hair, but that dude's was just a punching bag for him.
Well, Chris Mutino, actually, I'm very familiar with that guy. Yeah, he came off of CES. He came in short notice as well, so I got to give him a pass with that. But yes, Chris Mutino was literally there to be a punching bag. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I hope that dude got a little extra for that. Jeez.
Yeah, he was in the UFC, and actually, because he went the distance, he was a rock star. And then he had a fight after that where he got finished, and then that was the end. He's back to the regional scene again. So it's a bummer for him. Didn't work out.
Yeah, that sucks. So Aljo with his, I feel like if he figures out a way to get O'Malley to the ground, then I think he's just gonna try and ride him. But if O'Malley can stop his takedowns and catch his chin, then I think he stands a good chance.
Yeah, listen, with 4-ounce gloves, with the tricky striking that O'Malley has, he has a puncher's, kneers, kicker's chance, whatever you want to call it. 100%. You could say that, right? But just as someone that's, been just head first into this sport for a decent amount of years now, it just feels like I would be genuinely shocked if Sean wins this fight. I would genuinely be shocked. It would be interesting and fun if he wins, but my mouth would hit the floor. I do not expect it at all. I expect Aljo either just dominating all 5 or Aljo just dragging him into deep water and breaking him. It just seems like there's a very lopsided scale of skills between the boys.
Yeah, and I do not think it would be wise for. I don't think it would be wise for Aljo to try and I think it'd be wise for Aljo to really try and have a definitive, finish, or definitely just take him off 5 rounds and really just, keep him down and, do what he's got to do. Other than that, I wouldn't want to have it be close and leave it to the judges, not with them weird judges that can tend to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look at the prop again. Hold on a second here. I'm going to look at that. I'm trying to fix a graphic as I talk to you. All right. That's good enough. I'm going to look at the prop on my bookie real quick, but I remember it's pretty enticing. Like, are you a gambler at all?
No, man. I got into the Tapology, and I'm actually doing pretty good, man. Like
nice.
Like on the last 2 cards, I've been doing good.
Then don't bet. Just have fun on Tapology. Do not bet, because as soon as you start laying down the money, everything's gonna fall apart. I had one of my better weeks and I didn't put $1 down, so that's usually how that works. So stick with that.
I wouldn't even know how to do that. I've never done that, but it is tempting one of these times. But if I ever did that, dude, and I hit big, I would definitely give you some mad love.
Well, I appreciate that. So O'Malley by a decision would be a plus 740. And
wow.
I gotta say, if you're a gambling person and you really think Sean's gonna win this fight, like you said, goes to the judges, chances are they're gonna be Team O'Malley. If it's a close fight, we've seen O'Malley win those close fights before. A decision, 5-round decision win for Sean is a plus 740. That's pretty juicy.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
And even Sean by a knockout, which a lot of people are saying that are on the Sean train, plus 310. Yeah, it's pretty good.
So if somebody put $20 down, you have an idea of roughly what that would bring. I'm trying to figure that stuff out a little bit.
So what's nice about with MyBookie, and by the way, mybookie.ag, promo code MMA-HOLES for 50% match on your first deposit. If you put $20 down, it has a little calculator here for you. So you put 20, you win 148 if you put 20 on the decision.
Okay.
So that's nice. That is pretty nice.
Only the only problem with my bookie is I went on there to check them out, and they don't do it here in my state in PA.
What? Is that
true? I
true?
swear to God, bro. Yeah, go check that out for me if you could. I don't know if you could do that real quick on your end, but
yeah, I don't know how I would do that, but there is a thing called VPN. Just saying, VPN. That'd be the best way to do it. Oh, so that means any betting site. I don't know what the laws are and stuff like that, but yeah, Discord, Discord, and ask one of the degenerates in the Discord, and they'll help you out. But yeah, maybe it's just because I don't know how gambling is in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure, but I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got enough casinos around here, so
I
mean, yeah, we got 2-3 big casinos around here. So,
is anyone in the chat from Pennsylvania? Let me know if you're a bettor. I'm actually curious because I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, me too. That'd be really cool because I mean, like, nothing for nothing, like not like I have to lose it, but with a 50% match, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, and
it's
sometimes
fun. It's fun. For little money and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. But yeah, do it responsibly if you're able to pull it off.
Yeah, well, I might have. I have a little. What would you call this? A little mission that I'm trying to do. So here's what's up. And then I know you got the rest of your night to go. But so I have to quit. I have to quit smoking to get this next surgery they want me to have. Okay.
You're still smoking?
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
Yeah, man. And yeah, and I would like to quit, but I've been smoking for so long. You know, like when I was growing up and stuff back in, like the 80s, I'm sure a lot of people in there know, but like you could still go in the store and your no shoes, no socks, no shirt. Go in and say, "Oh, I need a pack of smokes for my grandma," or whatever, and they never questioned. They knew who your parents were, everything. It was kind of a normal thing. So I've been smoking a long time, so it's like it's going to be the more mental shit with it, you know?
Oh, 100%. I quit, and I smoked for a while, and I associated everything with smoking, like everything I did, whether it was taking a shit, whether it was eating, whether it was sex, anything, gambling, like everything was like, okay, I do this. Even when I worked, I was delivering and I had smoking sessions between deliveries and stuff. Like I fell down that rabbit hole, and it's hard. It's really, really hard to do. But what I've noticed is a lot of people say cold turkey is the best way. For me, that didn't work. That didn't work for me. Like I had to do those stupid ass little e-cigarettes and shit like that. Remember those gay ass blue cigarettes?
Yeah.
I was doing that, and it's probably worse for you, but that actually weaned me off, and I stopped buying, and I was grubbing like a fucking mooch. But eventually I just stopped. You can't do it for the money. You just got to do it for your health. That's the important part,
Yup, and I really like it's of much importance that I get this surgery. It's not, it's something that is going to. This is that whole part of the thing of trying to keep me from going paralyzed and stuff like that. So I got to get this. It's just the doctor. The surgeon said straight out, I need you to stop smoking. So the equipment that he puts in there and screws and all that crap holds, and I told him straight out, I'm not going to sit there and do a song and dance and just bullshit this dude and be like, oh yeah, and just quit. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
I don't want to.
It's the toughest thing I've ever stopped. It's the toughest. It's hands down the worst. It's very addictive, and it's, like you said, it's mental. You can get past that physical stage, and then mentally you just want to, associate with everything. But let me tell you this: if you do decide to do cold turkey or anything like that, let us know. We'll document it. We'll have a whole fucking party for you over here on the show. Okay.
All right, bro. Well, that's why like y'all are my support, man. Y'all like all your comments, your GIFs. I know, Moss, I've been keeping in contact with you, as you know, like just letting you know. They've switched some of my meds on me and stuff like that and stuff. And so getting used to some things. I had that last injection they gave me really went ass backwards, as y'all know, and there's some issues going on with that that we're looking into. So it's just been a lot of appointments and stuff. So that's all it is. You know, let y'all know. Like I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I love y'all. Moss, thank you guys for teaching me all the cool stuff you do. I learn a lot from you guys. I've come a long ways in just, you know, the little over a year that I've been with y'all, you know, but loving every minute of it. And yeah, man, I'll definitely let you guys know. I mean, it's something I really want to do. So yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
man. We're pulling for
it.
you. You're a positive vibe from the chat, and we're pulling for you, man. You're going to get through all this stuff, and I believe you can quit smoking. I know you can do it. So just keep us posted on the journey, and, you know, we'll support you the whole way, okay?
That's what's up. Thank you, guys.
Let's
Thank
go.
you, Moss.
All right, Lou, man. Be good, okay?
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You too. There he is. Lou, dog. Uh-oh, I see Sonosi here. Listen, Lou's going through some shit, so it's positive vibes. I know we like to troll and have, you know, get a little silly over here, but positive vibes to Lou. Back my man up, you know, help him get through this. Quitting smoking is difficult, but I've seen a lot of people fall victim of cigarettes and die horrible deaths. And that was enough for me to stop. So, guys and gals, if you are smoking in the chat, just come on. We can get, I don't know, do a little weed or something. I don't know. You can get away from that nicotine, man. You guys can do it. I know you can. All right. And it's not cool anymore. It used to be. Like Lou said, back in the day, it was cool. Like when I smoked back in the day, you know, it was cool. You stand in a corner, you smoking a cigarette, you fucking shooting pool, smoking a cigarette. It was cool. Now, it's not cool anymore. It's like it's not even, it's so, yeah, it's so, you know, 90s. Maybe early 2000s. Not cool anymore. All right? So there we go. Maybe that'll help. All right, let's end it on Sonosi then. I see Sonosi up in here. Sonosi, you there?
Yes, I am. What's up? What's up?
Hey, did you hear that Sausage said that he would reveal his face if Sean O'Malley beats Aljo?
Oh, well, you better get ready to show his face then.
Look at that.
Because
I was like,
I was watching shit throughout the week, and I actually saw some clips I did not think I would find this week. I was curious. Did you know Sean O'Malley went against Takino Igomi and Gilbert Melendez in grappling 1?
Did he really?
Really? He's not that bad. He has a hidden ace. He's not as bad as people think he is at grappling.
His jiu-jitsu, yes, his jiu-jitsu's now. You're talking jiu-jitsu, correct?
I'm talking about he battled 2 different people. I don't know how much on wrestling, but he can't defend these takedowns. He even got a guillotine choke.
So Gilbert Melendez was a draw. Gomi he beat. He hit him with the guillotine. That is impressive. 2019.
I know that's years ago, but still, I mean, it's more credible considering the fact that Gomi's old as dirt now.
Well,
but,
I know that he does. He does take jiu-jitsu very serious. I do know that. You know, you see him training in that gi a lot, and he's even mentioned in interviews or his podcasts, he likes jiu-jitsu. He enjoys it. But I'm curious, like, with the wrestling, you know, this is like...
yeah, no, listen, I know what the chances are now that I don't look good, but seeing those videos resurface, looking at those things, like, tells me it's not a hopeless battle for him. And who knows how his long limbs will come into play. Sometimes it works for people who do jiu-jitsu. Sometimes it fucks them.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what kind of person he is. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. But in terms of like the whole event, I'm still gonna root for him. I'm probably gonna be the sucker who puts a bet on him because again, it's just too tempting. I'm sorry. I can't not.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I keep on thinking about like Duplessis. I'm like, am I making the same mistake, right? But then when I was thinking with Duplessis, we still needed more to see, right? With Sean O'Malley, we've seen a lot, and
yes and no. The only argument I would say we have not seen him battle tester against someone who's going to truly try to grapple with him. We don't know.
Well, Peter Yan. Yan's plan was to grapple. He grappled him a lot actually, and it kind of threw Sean off.
Yeah, but the thing that you said that threw him off, he ain't gonna be thrown off by Sterling. He knows he's going to get grappled.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's training for it.
And I'm saying one person, yeah, that's a great strategy when you don't see that shit coming. When you know that is their fundamental game plan, that's a whole different story. I mean, I know the belief still that it's gonna come down to like a flying knee or something if he wants to KO him something. out of nowhere.
Are you in the shower, by the way? Where are you calling from? Is an echo and like there's like
it's probably a fan.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll be no, not shower.
Oh, okay.
No shower.
Go ahead.
But no, of all the fights, which one are you most excited for other than the main event? Because I'm very curious about the Weidman fight.
Dude, like I said before, like Chris Weidman, I'm super, like, I don't know. I always root for the guy. You know, he's got the song, you know, American, the wrestler. I want to see him bounce back.
That's my boy.
Yeah, dude, I love Weidman, man. He's fun. And even though he beat my buddy Anderson Silva, man, like that's the guy, right? That's the GOAT. But yeah, I mean, Chris Weidman's done some real special things. But listen, Gregory Rodriguez coming back. I want to see if he could bounce back. I want to see, dude, this Blackshear slip it in against Bautista.
I can't believe that twister. Third one in history, I think they said it was.
Bro, could you imagine you're Bautista? You got to fight Cody Garbrandt, which is a tough task. Cody's looked a little bit better, former champion. And then you bring this guy Blackshear on short notice. Like, oh, fuck, dude. This guy looks like a fucking animal, too. Like it's just, this card is so stacked top to bottom. Ian Gary saying all his shit, you know, coming off of that last win against Rodriguez. Dude, there is no one fight that stands out that I'm like, oh, I want that fight. The whole card's great. I love the whole card.
But what's the standout bet for you, I guess it would be?
Bet. Okay. Well, I'm probably going to put it on Weidman, but that's a fan bet. That's my plus money.
But honestly, I think that's actually the easiest under bet in this whole card.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking this up. You might want to put a bet on Blackshear. He's the under right now at plus 240.
And I got to be honest with you, I still think Bautista wins. That kid out of Arizona is, dude, he's a fucking animal. And he's been
I think it's pretty even.
Yeah, man, listen, Blackshear looks good. But Bautista, I don't know, his last, 3 fights in a row, he submitted his opponent. Hold on, let me just double check. I remember when I was like, okay, the thing that stuck out, he's from Arizona. But his looks so dominating. Rear naked choke, arm bar. Let's see. Yeah, 2 rear naked chokes, and then he had the Jay Perrin decision. I mean, I understand what you're saying about Blackshear because he's coming in playing with house money.
I mean, not only that, it's fresh. He has the momentum on his side. It's not, you know, I think there's a certain advantage of coming in very, you know, taking no damage and you're already amped up. You don't have to go through that grueling camp. Like, he could just keep it down for like. He probably just ate well and then said, okay, time to cut back.
He is bigger, too. He is, yeah, he's a bigger dude. 5'10", 72-inch reach versus 69-inch reach. You know what? Not terrible. Not terrible. I don't hate it.
The only other one I see, other than the potential foolish one of Sean, was probably maybe the Mearshard one, maybe.
People love GM3. People love
I'm sorry. There's something about him. I don't know why. I always put a bet on him.
Yeah, I mean, because he's fun. Like
he doesn't fail me half the time.
Yeah, he is fun. He's got a ton of experience. It's kind of crazy, right? 35-16-0. He lost to Joe Pyfer. Joe's a beast, man. That guy's a good prospect. He beat Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva's kind of not panned out. Lost to Yoko.
Oh, Yoko, that.
Yeah,
then, stay away from that. He does turn around for these. He does get these win streaks going. He loses, and he goes back into a win streak.
He's so inconsistent. It's weird, man. How KHAMZAT just ran through him like he was nothing. Like that. It's so crazy to think about. But
yeah, but in terms of card, I would say it's a better's paradise for me. There's gonna be a lot of. I'll tell you right now, the one bet I would not bet no matter what is the Ian Gary Neil Magny fight. As much as that plus 380 is tempting, it's like Neil looks too old now.
Yeah, they're doing Neil real dirty, man. Like with that, it's kind of right because he's got the records and everything like that. This guy's like a legit gatekeeper, you know. And
I might put $5 on Neil just for the small chance that he decisions him out.
What do you think he's gonna do? Grapple him?
What else is he going to do to stop Ian Gary?
Yeah, because on the feet, I mean, Neil's kind of crafty, but I don't know. I think Gary's too smooth. So
I hope he gets a finish because I don't know. I don't like Ian Gary's chances in a decision war against Neil.
I have jumped off the doubt train with Gary, and I'm completely on the hype. I think this kid Like, this kid shocks me because in the beginning, I'm like, yeah, this guy's too cringy. I can't fucking root for this guy. He's annoying. He's got the herp in the beginning. It was the whole thing was weird. But the way he's kind of evolved and matured and figured out how he wants to market himself, and then what he's done in the cage and a good gym too, I think this guy is, dude, the sky's the limit for this kid, man.
The welterweight McGregor, I mean, his own person, but the Irish second coming of the Irish invasion. If things work out. But the problem is it's welterweight. That's a scary division to be in.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, like, look at did you hear the interview with Tom Nolan?
No, I didn't hear that one.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Run it back. This kid is, dude, I know it's super early. He's only 6-0, but a 6'3" lightweight that's just lights outing people. And out of Australia, like, this kid's money, man. This kid is really good. That lightweight division it's so stupid stacked. I don't think any division's even close to as stacked as that division.
No, I think you can go, like you said, anyone in the top 15 ranked, I mean, maybe minus Dan Hooker now, but practically everybody in that top 15 could become a champion at any given day.
Even Dan Hooker, though, is weird because Dan Hooker's hitting his stride again. Like, dude, this guy, I don't know, maybe it's Tattoo Dan.
Turner is not that, well, maybe it is Tattoo. Blonde, Barbie, and whatever you call him, Hooker.
Yeah.
Whatever form he's taking.
Tattoo Hooker is something special. Another mythical creature that we need to address. I mean, he's got this swag now. And think about it. If he almost beat Poirier. Like, he had moments against Poirier, in that fight. Dude, like, people forget about that fight. Like,
no, I don't. That's his highlight of his career, if you ask me. And it wasn't even, I mean, some fighters, their highlight is not a win, it's a loss. But
it's so crazy, right? How it's just about styles. And I think Dan Hooker, too, I think his head, because when he got ran over by Michael Chandler, it was like, what Hooker's going to show up, man? Like, it's kind of like Vegas, right? What Hooker's going to show up, Sanosi?
It's a great way to look at it. Well, I know it's pretty late, so I'm going to head out. I will see you guys on Friday.
Thank you. There's Sanosi coming in. What Hooker's going to show up? You just don't know it, Dan. I was on the fence with lightweight for a little while. I was saying how bantamweight is stacked and welterweight, it's getting there, but lightweight it's so far ahead of the entire roster. Like, it's crazy, man. Like I said, these guys coming in 6'3", 155ers. What the fuck, man? Dude, it's nuts, man. It's crazy. Like, lightweight is just like, you just look down the line and Moicano coming back in and fighting Jalen Turner. Like, what? Jordan Levitt versus Chase Hooper unranked. Like, those guys are fucking so much fun. Like, it's just, dude, lightweight's insane. Let me just look at these rankings again. It's nuts. And you see these guys coming out of the Contender series. They're like, holy shit, these guys are gonna be problems. You got Matt Favola coming into the, looking great. Dude, I fucking love it, man. Casey Jones, what up, Casey? Casey gifting a membership over here. Minor Camp Stoves gets it. Let's go, Casey. City Life, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? He says, dudes that are so many better Muay Thai leagues than one, to be honest. Yo, City Life, he's got his finger on the pulse of every organization, man. He's grinding. I see him over there. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you, KC, man. That was very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. Man, this weekend I'm fired up, man. This is going to be a good one. Anyway, lightweight. So you got Islam, you got Charles. Charles trying to redeem himself. Gaethje's looked like a whole different animal. Redeemed himself. BMF champ. Poirier's already that guy. We know what Poirier is. He's a beast. Dariush taking a lump. I'm sure he's going to come back with a vengeance. Michael Chandler looking for that red panty night. Fiziev looking for that guy's looking crazy as well. Fiziev is another one. I think he's managed by the same company as Tom Nolan. So we might have to hit them up and get him on. That'd be fun. Dan Hooker is a new animal. Sarukian has been saying he could beat everyone. Gamrot could be that dark horse, like, I'm not sold on Gamrot. I don't think this guy's ever going to be a champ. I don't, but the guy is very good and he might shock some people, puts on a little bit of a run. He's still ranked. He did, he had that fucking war with Sarukian. RDA takes a lump, moves back, but he's fighting guys at welterweight, so he's kind of in limbo. Grant Dawson, oh, fuck, I completely forgot. Dude, this guy just, I'm curious about, with the new rules, Grant Dawson, how is that going to affect guys like him? Because he kind of laid on his opponent in his last fight. Ismagulov was blanketed by Dawson. It wasn't very, entertaining. So I'm curious how that's going to work with refs standing people up quick. But if they allow this guy to grapple, dude, not many people, man, I would love to see him versus Islam. He's at 11. Jalen Turner's still a problem. Moicano fighting him is fucking fire. Matty Frivola, what's next for him? Hopefully we get some news on him soon. Diego Ferreira, I mean, come on. Dude, that's just the rank guys, and you got the guys nipping to get into the numbered spots. Fucking crazy, man. I don't think any division in the UFC is even remotely close to that. It's really wild. A lot of these other weight classes are just, there's such a big separation from the champ, and ever since Khabib left, lightweights progressively just got super competitive. It's nuts, man. Are there any Russians here? Just like the way it sounds, Fook, Grant Dawson can't stand these fighters that are friends with... Yeah, so listen, when we had Cody Durden on, Cody Durden said he'll fight anyone. It's becoming more of a problem. I've noticed there's been a separation with gyms. There is about, 4 gyms that you can count, maybe 5, that are just dominating in the UFC, and all these guys are training with each other. So you got Pantoja at top. Cody Durden came on, and he broke the rankings, and I brought it up to him. I said, hey, man, I know you're buds with Pantoja. You've been training with this guy for a minute. He's a great guy, but would you fight him? And Cody was kind of like, man, I don't want to fight my teammates and this and that. It's going to have to happen. It's gonna fucking have to happen. These guys are going to have to compete against each other. I mean, Aljo's leaving bantamweight so he doesn't fight his boy Marab. A lot of this is going on. And I get it, man. Like when you're in the gym and you're going through these long camps and you're just trying to help each other out, achieve their dreams, but you got the same dream, it's weird, man. It's a weird thing. And I get what Dawson's saying, but people will pass him by that are willing to fight his teammates. It's pretty wild. American Top Team. I mean, they're you walk into American Top Team, this just filled with stars, all ranked guys. I usually catch other leagues on the internet. Grant was a North-South wizard. Grant's a beast on the ground, man. Did you hear about what happened with Ryzen? The same night those friends in PFL hugged for 3 rounds. No, I did not. I have been slacking on PFL. PFL has put me to sleep. So maybe when we hit the playoffs, I'll be back in the mix on that. I have completely sold my soul. Like, even I've moved away from bare knuckle, BKFC, I'll say, because of our behind the scenes issues. But we have been so hardcore UFC that we have not been giving other promotions as much respect. And then we give time to Bellator. What did you think of that last Bellator event? I literally wanted to kill myself after watching. It was so bad. It's so bad, Bellator. So bad. Fighting your friends will never be as good as Bad Blood. Yeah, I agree. 2 friends hugged it out for 3 rounds and got disqualified. Oh, my God. Did that really happen? Would that happen? PFL or... That was in PFL? Oh, my God. Dude, I would have fucking been raging. Till versus Perry. Yeah, dude, the ship is sailed with BKFC. They need to come back and grovel for me to actually cover their shit. I don't give a shit who's fighting. It could be fucking Zuck versus Musk. I'm not watching. Imagine Strickland and Curtis. And yeah, it's another one too. But, I mean, they both said, push comes to shove. They don't want to fight each other, but they would for the right money. I got to check it out. You made a video on it? What did you hold on. Let me see. I'm actually kind of interested in that. It's an upload. Which, let's see. Let me know which video it is. What happened with B? I don't want to really get into it, but it's just I feel disrespected. Here, I told Jesse this today. We have a lot of friends in the business, and I'm at the point right now is as soon as I get disrespected, I'm out. Like, I am totally out. And I had this conversation. Sam Alvey's coming on next week. Maybe he can tell his experience with that promotion. But if you know, like, if you're unprofessional behind the scenes and we're doing business and we're trying to help you guys out, I'm done, man. I'm not. There's just too much content for us to cover anyway. So I'm not going to bend over backwards and get screwed. PFL's a joke. Why Risen is better. Let's see. So, you know, I wish him nothing but the best. I still have Feldman's number, but I'm not, you know. Our last event that we had someone cover, the media members got to hang out with Conor McGregor. So, but, you know, it is what it is. Do you guys go to the barber to get your beard cut professional? No. no, I don't. This doesn't look professional. But not bad. Not bad. It's very majestic. No, I don't. I don't like the way barbers do beards because it's so overly lined up and chiseled looking where you look like a puppet. You look like a lap puppet. It's weird. And even the forehead, they're like, yo, you want me to get your hairline? I'm like, nah, bro. I don't need to have that weird, perfect. Like, it looks super creepy. So I don't do that, man. Why can't I find this video? Let's see. I see the Rocco video, Glory. How far back was this? What the fuck am I looking at here? The same night the friends fought in PFL and Hugged got disqualified. 2 friends in Ryzen fought, and one got his jaw broken. Yeah, dude. I would 100% like. I think PFL is. I don't want to say too many shit things because they've been actually very nice to us. They hook us up with media passes easy, so I don't want to completely shit on them. But I got to be honest with you, it's tough to watch. Aljamain Sterling bets with Sean O'Malley on who will shoot first, $100. Yeah, I did see that, but it's basically, I think it's like whoever takes down the other person gives like they get the $100 or something like that. So it's not like the Conor bet when Conor was saying shoot first or whatever is a pussy or whatever. Basically, if you shoot and you get the takedown, you're owed $100. 1 month ago, okay. That's probably why I can't find it. You're posting a lot of shit. Damn, where are you getting all this time in? I'm live constantly. I don't know where you're getting all this time. Let's see. I don't know why I can't find it. I'm a month in. PFL regular season 2023. Man, I don't know. Well, anyway, I believe you. Go check out the City Life Project. He grinds over there, man. Give him some love for sure. I gave a pussy for YouTube. Yeah. No, I hear that, man. Oh, you got in Discord? Yo, hop in our Discord. We have a section where I tell people, man, like, I don't usually like people promoting their shit, you know, because we work fucking hard over here. But, you know, at the same time, I believe in good juju. So if you do have something that you want to promote, if you hop in our Discord, we have a YouTube section where I just tell people, just post your videos there on the side and, you know, maybe you'll get some more eyes. But yeah, I have a little section over here, just YouTube videos. So you can kind of scroll through and check out other people's content. Or if you want to throw your shit up over here, go for it. Might as well. Where'd you put it, Sausage? Hold on. Let me change scenes before I put something naughty on. By the way, if you're just jumping into the stream, you missed the Tom Nolan interview Run it back. I'm telling you, this guy seems very special. Very, very special. So go check it out and go follow him on social media. Tell him the MMA Holes. What is this? Dylan Dennis Logan right now fighting for his marriage. What the fuck? Dude, hold on. Look at this, man. What, is that Logan? Who is that? Is that Logan Paul? Oh my God, dude. What the fuck is happening? Oh, here we go. Thank you. I don't know how I missed this. Let's see. Don't flag me.
I want to talk about how Ryzen.
Fucking, that's loud. Okay, talk to me. Talk to me.
Is better than the PFL. I want to talk about how the PFL is a joke of an organization. No one cares about.
Be careful, you're gonna lose media credentials.
About the season. I'm sorry. Bellator does it better. Oh. Have a tournament. Have a Grand Prix as like a separate entity, and then just still have your numbered card fights or your fight nights or whatever. This whole season thing is a joke. When the PFL puts more effort into their season format than they do just some of these other fights where like Kayla Harrison's not even in the season format. She's one of the only fighters who I really care about in the PFL. I mean, Aubert Mercier, he's fucking awesome. Shane agrees with my PFL take. Well, thank you, Shane. Let me just go on a quick rant about the PFL before I talk about one of the situations that pissed me off. One of the situations that also like just kind of made me roll my eyes. And a direct comparison to why Ryzen's better. If you're not going to be allowed to throw elbows, and I get it, they want every fighter to participate in the entire season. I get why they don't do it, because they don't want cuts to end the fight. Well, you know what? Ryzen has rules around their elbows as well. Not the stupid one the UFC has, 12-6 elbows. That, funny enough, Tatsuro.
That is a dumb fucking rule. And the kneeing the grounded opponent drives me fucking nuts, man. I hate that grounded opponent shit, because like people are just like, okay, can't touch me now. Like, I can't fucking stand that. Can't stand it.
I was asking Herb Dean if he was allowed to do mid-fight.
I don't know. I don't know how you get away with showing that. But all right, go watch the video. Dude, if I show that, like, I don't know how you're getting away with showing that. I show that shit, dude, bang, they get me. Dude, like UFC don't play, and Showtime fucks me over too. I get demonetized like crazy with that shit. But yeah, go check it out. City Life Project. Mine is the GOAT of YouTube MMA host by a wide margin. Who are we talking about? Lefty Looney? Chris Curtis rule? So Chris Curtis is out of his fight. That Ian Gary rib injury. He's out. That's a bummer, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. Let's see. That's just it, because yes, but 250. You seem like a cool dude, man. Like, we've had people come in that were just fucking jerk-offs, that were just leeches. You know, you don't seem like that type of guy, so we definitely support you. All right. I think that's it for me. I don't think I have anything else on my mind. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, if you missed I'm just like, I have nothing else to say. Thank you guys for the donation. Super appreciate it. D-Rest dropping the big hundo. Ninja Choke with the 30. Jay Blowful for the 650. You have no idea how much you guys help us. And D-Rest, don't be a baby, man. We still love you. It's Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, I'll play the song again. What do you say? But thank you guys. We have a second channel called Not the MMA Holes. Now it's called Gummy Gang. There's a link. All our stuff is in the link tree in our description down below. Tomorrow we'll be live for the press conference. In fact, that's what I'll do. I think I'll schedule that tonight. So the press conference is tomorrow. We'll play the audio for it. We'll laugh. It's going to be really cringy, but we'll have fun with it. And then Fuka Friday. Then the fight's on Saturday. So the whole thing, it's going to be wild. I thank you guys once again for stopping by. And let's play a song one more time. Little Gummy Gang. Papa Gummy, baby. Papa Gummy, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Did you remove this song? He fucking removed. Did you delete this song? He fucking deleted. D-Rest, you fucking drive me nuts. All right, see you later, guys. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-hole. And in the comments, if you didn't watch the Tom interview, run it back and let me know what you thought. What's his future look like? Who would you like to see him fight? Bye. Got me, gang.
Like fruit? Get out!